This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
And by the way, yes, this is from Overpowered Boone, who frequently gives great suggestions about stuff to improve, and we actually have implemented many of these suggestions here on the streams that I think have helped a lot, okay? So here's OP Boone's suggestion. Ready? Okay. In regards to the recent discussion about tip goal rewards, so just so everyone knows the way it works, if you don't, maybe you don't know, I have a tips goal on every stream of 50 bucks. If I hit it, thank you. I consider that a well-supported stream. I'm happy, and I put on a pair of Gunner glasses. Typically, it's been these, but actually yesterday, just for variety, I actually put on the old classics that I had for over a decade. All right? They look a little different. These are rimless. The bag doesn't even close anymore. Like, it's so old. It's over a decade old. And then these are the more recent ones. These actually do have black rims. See? They look a little different. But anyway, at 50 bucks, I put on the Gunner glasses. Then, if people support higher than that, go above and beyond, if we hit $100 in tips, we do a pull for a hat. And I have like 12 or so hats in the closet. Like, I have silly ones like Pikachu or Bender from Futurama. I have a giant Viking hat. I have a cowboy hat, a red fedora, a hat that has fake hair on it. I have a straw hat. I have a M. Bison hat from Street Fighter, right? I keep going because I have like another 4 or 5 more. And it's cool because a lot of the times they're themed towards whatever game we're playing. Like, for example, when I play Elden Ring, I have one that looks like a knight's hat. It's a knit knight's hat. And you know that's one that people are going to want when I'm playing Elden Ring, right? So that's awesome, right? And then, if we happen to get a super duper supported stream and I raise $150 on one stream, then people get to vote for a vest that I wear. All right. And the vests are classic. I mean, this is something from 4 years ago, a meme where I started wearing the vest every time that we hit a tips goal. And then we literally hit that tips goal for like 4 months straight. It was absolutely insane. And those vests are awesome, but you know, they're very, very rarely that I wear a vest. Let's be honest, right? Every once in a while we hit it, but not often. Okay. So those are the goals. And we've had those now for a few years, I would say. Like, the vest goal was nice, but then we changed it. We started adding other things like the hat and the glasses. And now we have all these tiers, but it's been like this for a while. And as you can see, there's actually emotes in chat of me wearing various hats and things. And there was emotes of me in the vest and stuff. So, you know, it's become part of the culture of the streams, which is great. But a week or two ago, someone said, you know, those are pretty old at this point. You've been doing them now for years. Yes, particularly there are people who will, you know, contribute to a stream to try to hit those goals, but a lot of people don't really care that much anymore, right? You've been doing them for so long, it's not that big of a deal. So, OP Boone suggests the following. I think you can pivot to introducing rewards akin to the 8-ball you had a while ago. When people tip a specific amount, which was $8 with the 8-ball, something special comes out of it. It used to be you would shake the 8-ball and read a response to the tipper's query. So, for example, I used to have an 8-ball, a magic 8-ball that was donated by a fan. And if someone tipped $8, I would say, thank you for the $8 tip. I would play this specific animation. Now it says 87 because I didn't fix it. It would usually say a supporter tipped $8. Okay. It was $87. But then they would ask a question and I would shake the 8-ball and read the answer. The problem is magic 8-balls don't last very long. It lasted less than a year. And the whole thing wore out. You couldn't even read it anymore. And after that, we kind of, it faded out and no one really cared that much anymore. So we stopped doing those. So what OP Boone is suggesting is have things happen on stream as a result of a certain level. So let's say, for example, somebody tips me $20 exactly. Well, because you tipped 20 bucks, something happens on the stream. Now, the thing is, it shouldn't be intrusive. It shouldn't detract or take away from what we're doing on that stream. So if I'm doing a react show, it shouldn't be something that takes up a ton of time and takes away from the reacting. If I'm doing a gameplay stream, it shouldn't be, oh, we have to completely stop playing for 10 minutes. It should be something that's quick, but something that's fun or silly or interesting that people would want to tip to see. Okay? So, he says, this could work better than goal-based rewards where you only put on glasses, hat, or vest if you reach a threshold. And this could work better for both parties as the tipper would get a reward regardless if the community as a whole comes together to hit that specific amount. And you would have the flexibility to wear glasses when your eyes get strained after a couple of hours of nonstop gaming, or wear a relevant hat or a vest to celebrate a game, etc. Yes, what we were talking about recently was that I don't put on or do stuff for tiered rewards because maybe I just want to wear them for fun. Like, what if we're just having a good time on a stream and I'm like, you know what? And I go grab a hat and I put it on. Come on, boys. I'm going to go on a rodeo. And I put on my cowboy hat because we're doing something in the game that feels like you're wrangling something, right? Or, you know, I'm playing Street Fighter. I just want to toss on the M. Bison hat and act like the dictator. Like, game over, or something like that, right? Right now, I can't do that. I'm actually limited to putting on the glasses, the hat, or the vest to hitting a particular support goal. I literally can't be spontaneous to do that stuff because it's already locked into tiers. And if I'm just doing it without the appropriate level of support, then it destroys the idea of it being a reward, right? Right? Okay, let's continue. Some other examples where this was successful in the past, when you would allow viewers to the ability to name a Pokemon, build a project in Minecraft, fly a specific place in Flight Simulator, drive a specific car in Forza. Oh, let's see here. What did I do here? Oh, here we go. You in the audience would have to brainstorm some ideas for specific games, as this one is less broad than something like the 8-ball that could be implemented for everything. Perhaps you could get a container and fill it with a bunch of folded pieces of paper with random activities written on them. And for, say, $10, you'll reach in and pull out a random piece from the container and do that activity. It would have to be something simple, like do a freestyle rap about what's happening in the game. I don't know about that. Or attempting to recite a tongue twister. Oh, that's okay, but who the hell cares about a tongue twister? That's like something, you know, for 5-year-olds. I don't know. Simple tasks that can be done quickly without disrupting the stream, while still remaining entertaining, fresh, and new every time. You could add some mystery, suspense, unexpectedness, lightheartedness, and comedy to the streams, and the tipper would feel more satisfied than if they just helped get the stream 20% closer to wearing an article of clothing. Okay? All right. These activities should be no more disruptive than if a tipper just asks you a question directly, like, hey, can you tell a dad joke? Or, hey, do you know the lyrics to X song? And you answer their question or start singing that song on stream. If anything, it would make those segments more interesting, as no one, not even the tipper, would know what will come out of the mystery jar. You could also allow tippers for a certain amount to submit activities to write down and put into the container for the future. Like someone tips $5 and says to add an activity to the mystery jar to see how long you can balance an object on one finger. 0 seconds, right? A few activities that could be written and randomized. So basically he says, these are some activities. Some of these he came up with and some are randomly generated. So you know where this came from, right? So I'm not saying we're doing any of these, but let's read some of the suggestions. So, tell a dad joke, sing a line from a random song, tell a short embarrassing story, start complimenting everyone in chat, tell a one-liner pun, do your best animal impression, perform a quick stand-up comedy, recite a random fact, tell a short riddle, tell a short ghost story, do a 10-second beatbox, recite the alphabet backwards. You know what's funny? I can't do that at all. Like, I know if you get pulled over and they suspect you're drunk, they'll say recite the alphabet backwards. I don't think I can do that now. And I'm sober. That's hard to do. Tell a short anecdote about your pet, real or imaginary. Recite a quote in a funny voice. Tell a short family-friendly joke. Make a funny face and hold it for 10 seconds. Tell a short, funny childhood memory. Share a quick fun fact about yourself. Recite a nursery rhyme in a dramatic voice. Perform a quick impression of a cartoon character. Share a random piece of trivia about the game being played. Sing the chorus of a random TV show theme song. Tell a short joke in Pig Latin. Do a dramatic reading of a product label. Share a funny misheard song lyric. Create an acrostic poem using a viewer's name. I don't even know what that means. Acrostic? I don't even know what that is. Anyway. I think you guys get the picture. Okay? So the idea here is, instead of having all the things on this stream tied to 50, 100, 150 bucks and being the same things that we've been doing for years, we come up with set things that people like that I could do when certain tip levels are hit. So for example, tip $10 and I'll do something very quick. Tip $20 and I'll do something that, you know. But the question is, what would it be? Because here's the thing, as I said. Number one, I don't want this stream to become me just doing stunts all day. I refuse, right? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to chill and entertain you guys with gameplay, with discussion, meaningful content. This is not a stunt stream. This is, you know what I'm saying? That's not the point. And I don't like doing that kind of stuff. It's one thing if, you know, we're playing Elden Ring, right? And someone tips $20 and said, do an Elden Ring haiku. Right? It would be like, I don't know. Crush me, evil guy. Stabbing me through my heart. Ouch. Now I'm fucking dead. There's your haiku, right? So I made a fucking Elden Ring haiku, right? something like that, right? But the thing is, I don't want to be doing that all stream. And that's the thing that gets you nervous, right? If you start doing these now, and let's say, for example, I have ones for 10, 20, 50, 100. We have tiers of rewards and things that I'll do for big tips, right? That's all well and good. Oh, and by the way, another thing, since this is now no longer related to a running goal, it could also apply to super chats. So if someone does a $20 super chat, oh, I'll do something, right? It could apply to books. People for years have been asking, why don't you do things for super chats, right? So this would be a way to maybe implement this for super chats, correct? There you go. But the thing is, I can't have my entire stream become a stunt stream of doing stuff. Like Dab Hands just said, it's like you're a performing monkey and all you're doing is you're doing stuff for money. Right. Because that's the problem with transactional stuff on a stream, is that people now come to the stream, oh, I want to see if he'll do something stupid today. So I come to the stream, I drop him a $20 super chat, I see him act like an idiot, and then I leave. And I don't care about the content he's putting out. And that's not what I want this stream to become. There are tons of streamers who do this. I'm well aware of it. There's streamers on Twitch, like, this is all they do. They sit there and do fucking stunts all day. They'll write your name on their arm, right? They'll fucking do something stupid. They'll blow, you know, they do dumb stunts. That's the whole fucking stream. And they make hundreds upon hundreds of dollars a stream doing this, by the way. They make more money than me just doing stunts, okay? I don't want the streams to become this. The idea with the $8 8-ball was that it was kind of silly. It was easy to do. It was very quick. And people didn't necessarily want to do that all the time. It was maybe once or twice a stream we see the 8-ball, and that was nice, right? For me, I don't want to be doing that all stream. So what could we do, right? That would be something that's easily repeatable, but is also varied enough that people would want to see it more than once ever, right? I know, it was actually funny. My wife and I were watching, years ago, when Elden Ring was out, we were watching a few different people play Elden Ring. And one of them was, Lobos, I think his name was. So he's a challenge runner, essentially. But when he was playing Elden Ring, if people I think it was if people contributed a certain amount, he would actually read from a book, a factoid quote. That was like a weird fact. Like he had a book of like 1,000 facts. And so someone would do like I don't know, like a super chat or a tip, whatever it was. And then he would read it out. He would read the fact. And it was actually interesting, and it took like 5 seconds. It wasn't like, oh, I'm destroying the playthrough for doing this. And also, it didn't happen that often. Maybe a few times a stream it would happen. So it wasn't intrusive either. You know what I'm saying? So I know that there's streamers that do it, but we'd have to find the happy medium. How do you do it so that it doesn't destroy everything else going on? And by the way, this doesn't mean that we have to do away with the tip skulls either. The tip skulls could still be there. We could still have gunner glasses, hat, and vest, but this would give another motivation for people to contribute, but also something fresh and different for the streams rather than it's always the same 3 goals and nothing else, right? But the question is, what do you come up with, right? Yakko Mighty says, how about a digital wheel of fortune? Besides having set goals, have the goals be a spin of different stuff like putting on the vest or a bubble blow. Well, I don't even want to do the bubble blow because I stopped doing it for a reason. Like, no lie, it was getting gross in here. Like, the bubbles would land on shit, and then there would be sticky residue on it. It was on my fucking laptop, and it was on all my equipment. Oh, that's disgusting. So that's why I stopped doing it after a while. So I actually don't want to go back to that just for that reason. But I hear what you're saying. Like, maybe there's a bunch of things, and like, oh, if you tip $20, we spin the wheel, and you get a reward, right? Zombie Circus says, what if your reward is related to the game in Fallout? Let the contributor control what weapon you use. Because that would never work because it would always be constant trolling. Just like with the game Choice Chamber. Remember when I played that on Twitch many years ago? So there was a game called Choice Chamber where the audience controlled gameplay elements, right? And so when I did it, it was always, always give Phil the worst weapon. So I had to try to beat the game with the worst weapon because they were trolling. If you did that, let's say it was $20, choose my weapon in Fallout, it would always be, I'll just use the weakest, worst fucking weapon possible. And they would just keep doing that. It would never end. It would always, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how these people are. Again, what I want to do, I don't want to make the stream and the quality of what I'm doing on said stream be degraded by this. Here's the thing. If you give that level of control, now the playthrough or the content I'm making gets affected negatively, and that's the problem. Now, here's the difference. If I'm specifically doing a stream or a playthrough for this, then it's okay. Like if it's, okay, tonight we're going to do the Fallout stream-controlled run, where you control what I'm doing in Fallout, because if you contribute, you pick my weapon. You pick what mission I'm doing, right? That's okay, because then it's you, that's specifically made for that, correct? So that would be a specific thing I do. As opposed to, well, this is already my Fallout 4 run that's supposed to be a serious run, and now it's being controlled and ruined by a bunch of trolls, right? So that's the thing, like, I'm okay with that as long as we schedule it out that way so that people understand that's what it is, right? Right? Like, what if I'm playing Street Fighter 6 and it's, you know, people contribute and they get to pick the character, right? And it could be any character, even a character I suck ass with, right? Still say, hey, I want you to play with Jamie. Well, I don't even know how the fuck to use Jamie. But all right, I guess I'll use him for like 5 matches, right? Because you did a certain amount, a tip or something like that, right? Right? I'll be okay with that. But that would have to be a dedicated stream for that. You see? So I don't know. These are the things to talk about. This is what I mean. Like, I want to do improvements. I want to change stuff. I want things to evolve. But everyone seems to have different ideas. Like, for example, the people who are fans of me know me as a Let's Player who's serious about the playthroughs I do. I'm not fucking around and making shitty Let's Plays. I'm trying to do a serious, unspoiled, first-time Let's Play of games, right? So if I let people have influence over the Let's Plays like that, you've changed the content. Now it's more important for me to be streaming and making money and doing things directly as a result of support, rather than, the main focus was to do the playthrough first, and then all that came as a result of it, right? And that's a problem, I feel. I'll be honest, I think that's a slippery slope that a lot of content creators go down. I think people who do that, it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that content. It's just not the content I make. You understand? It's not. It's never been. My content has been more focused on, do you actually like this game or not? Do you want to see my honest opinions on said game and my take on the game because I'm actually taking it seriously? I'm not just booting up a game, fucking around for a stream, and then dropping it and never playing it again, and I did a bunch of stunts for income during that stream, right? That's not me. I've never done that, right? So, again, it's okay if I did that, right? But then it would have to be separated from the other content. You know, my Fallout 4 stream today, I would not want to be completely dominated and negatively affected by people tipping and saying, okay, so don't use that knife anymore, it's too good. Use this shitty pipe gun that does 0 damage. Oh, by the way, you have no ammo for it. So how the fuck do I play the game now, right? So now the stream's shitty, but oh well, I made $5, right? But I mean, it's not worth it. You got to figure out the happy balance, the happy medium of how to make it work. Spin the wheel is a good idea. You just have to figure out what goes on the wheel. Right, right. I'd have to sit down and say, what are things that are viable for a stream? And obviously, I'd have to find some kind of a wheel, like maybe not physical. Maybe we could do digital wheel or something that you could spin on the stream. I could have it show up and, you know, I don't know how that works at all. I don't know how I would do that. It couldn't be like a picture. It couldn't be a video. Like, what the hell would it be? I don't even know. I really have no clue. Right? Okay. So anyway, it's something to think about. It's something to talk about. Okay. I want to start this discussion. I'm sure you guys will start to have opinions and come up with ideas in regards to this. I do feel like it's time to try to freshen stuff up rather than just being samey all the time now. But what is it? I don't know. We have to figure that out, right?